Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. This is the next week. In this episode we're gonna take a look at what we might be doing today. We might be doing a bit of a change with the scape. We'll also talk about the corals that we got from Love to Reef in the swaps, and the fish that I have, or one of the little fish that I don't think I've got now, to be honest. And yeah. But anyway, we'll go on to that in this video. First things first though guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope your tanks are thriving, and yeah, hope you're doing good in life. But first things first, let's talk about the corals that I've got. As you've seen last week, I put them all on the frag racks, and to be honest, they're all doing really good. Guys, I can't really complain. We have the Utter Chaos at the back, and we have all these ones that we've got. I can't remember all the names, but they seem to have settled in really good. No issues there. The clownfish seem to be hosting this for some strange reason. Their eggs had laid at the back. They hatched, I think not last night, the night before. So I don't know whether they try to search for another place to lay their eggs. They're going on these crazy ones where this is what they do. Clownfish, once they've got settled and they're happy and they're not stressed, then they'll just go and they'll lay eggs. And the moment the other eggs have hatched, then basically they lay them near enough 1 or 2 days later, or well, mine do anyway. So yeah, that's probably what they're hunting around for. These ones are doing okay. These pink ones are doing fine, but this one, yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is the one that Scott gave me, the really dear one, the Psychosis. I don't think he's getting enough flow, but I think that's going to be on its way out. Don't seem to have much luck with Gonioporas, as you know, guys, and the higher end zoas. For some strange reason, they just don't seem to do well, and I think it could be maybe lack of nutrients in the system. As you know, my tank is running pretty low on nutrients, but all the other corals, they just seem to adapt to the life, and yeah, and to the tank parameters. But as you can see, everything else is just doing really good. This scholar here, pressed up against this the glass, it's just absolutely massive now. This scholar, it's just puffed up. As you know, I feed the coral power food twice a week, so that really helps it, and that just sucks it all in. And then we've got this Monte. Still got a little bit of algae around the bottom, but not as much as we did have. These mushrooms, they're doing fine. And then we've got the frog spawn and the hammer, they're doing good. This fox face starting to go black on the top. I don't know whether you guys know anything. It's not stressed. It's eating. It's eating everything, as you can see. It's just going around, munching around. It's not big. It's pretty chunky fish, but it just seems to have lost like a bit of yellow. I don't know whether that's a stress issue or anything like that, but as you can see, it's a chunk, really going at everything. And yeah, I really don't know. There's no white spots or anything on him. And like I said, I've not noticed anything bullying him, but it just seems to have started to darken up over the last few days that I've noticed. But hopefully he'll be okay. This sun-kissed mushroom, as you remember, I had 2 of these forest mushrooms as well, which were on. But basically, one of them is detached and it's gone around here, and this is crazy. This is how things work in a reef. They just detach themselves, and this one's wedged himself on this rock. But we're going to speak about this in a minute. The chalice is doing absolutely fine, as always. And if you can see here, they started to merge. The colours have started to merge right into each other. Really, absolutely stunning piece of coral, and probably my best one, to be honest. And then we have the Jingle Bell Sophastria. Not really showing you guys this one as much, but start to spread it all on the frag plate now, as you can see around the back, around there. So that's a really good sign that it's doing well. But what we're going to do, I think, guys, today is I was debating, as you can see, these torches here. These torches are basically stinging the Setosa, and it's stinging this Hirasuta as well. And it's just because of the extension, no fault of their own, it's just because their tentacles just extend. And as you can see, you know, that more and more heads are growing on this Holy Grail especially, and now more heads are growing on this Dragon Soul as well. So what we've got to do is I was thinking to myself, well, what could I do? As you know, I'm running out of space in this. Well, I've run out of space in this tank. There is physically no place to put it. Now, as you know, I've got Monty's on the back, the Monty plate at the back. That, as you can see, is started to discolour, and that is because of the stinging of the Hollywood Stunner. But we just break the Hollywood Stunner off, and we try and keep it in check. That's the only thing you can do. I mean, it's probably one of the worst decisions I put in my tank, to be honest. It does look nice, don't get me wrong, it's an absolute beautiful colour, but it's just such an invasive species. It just grows like a weed, basically, and yeah, it stings everything. As you can see, it stung this Monty here. This is starting to bleach out, and basically it just stings, and there's nothing you can do about it other than take that rock out, and that's one thing that I'm not going to do. I'm just going to keep snapping away, and then maybe put some putty on it just to stop the growth. That's the only thing I can do, to be fair. But yeah, like I said, we've got this big Monty Porter here, which is just basically growing downwards. You'll see it from the side view. It's just basically growing right downwards. So what I thought to myself, well, what I'm going to do is I'm thinking I might trim this back right here like this. Move some of these doors out of the way, and basically bring these over into this section here. So we'll basically have these torches over in this section here, yeah, around here. And then what the whole idea is, because of this clam. This clam, guys, is absolutely massive now at the back. I lifted it up before the other day just to, you know, because basically I stirred the sand and I didn't want any uneaten food that might be at the back or anything like that. And it was basically filled my hand, guys. And I just thought it's such a shame for it to be at the back. It needs to be on show. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of moving the clam over to here in this spot here, moving the Maxima clam as well at the side of it. And basically having this as the clam, basically a clam showroom. We're still going to obviously be seeing the torches, because the torches are going to be there. So, but then we're going to also see the clams and have everything on show. Nothing at the back other than the big rockscape. But I'm thinking this is what we're going to do today. So yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully it'll all go well. And next time you'll see this clam here. This will be gone. Might be a bit slimy, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully they'll all settle in. Alright guys, so we're back. It's been about an hour and a half or something since I moved it. And as you can see, I've snapped this Monty Porter here. It gives this space for the torches, and the torches have settled in perfect there. I didn't think there would be an issue, to be honest. Loving the flow. There's the Dragon Soul, the Indo, and the Holy Grail. These Zoas, I basically just moved them just to one side slightly, because obviously this chalice was just being moved slightly, and it's not done that too bad really. I might just move them around slightly around here, to be honest. No hardship really, it should be okay. Chalice is doing well, and here's the size of the clam, guys. Just look at the size of that clam. It's absolutely massive, and it's such a beautiful clam, Durasa clam. Had this since I think it was about 2 centimeters, something like that. It was really small. If you look back on some of my videos, you'll see how small it was. I've moved that Monty Porter pieces just over there. I'll probably go and just sell them or trade them in. But if I take a step back, just look at the size of the clam. And I think I've done the right decision there, guys, to be honest. Move these torches here. The clams on showcase here. And then we've got the good chalice there. So I think I've done well there, to be honest. And yeah, I think it just looks really nice. And one thing with the clams is they can adapt to all sorts of light, you see. I mean, some people say, you know, highlight, because if you think about it, clams in the reef, they're literally on top, and sometimes when the water tide goes out, the clams are exposed to the air. So I mean, I've had mine at the back there, like you've seen, and it's not been getting tons of light because obviously the light more disperses at the front and in the centre. I think if I measure it, I'm sure when I measured it there, it was about 160 or so, which isn't too bad. But here it will be getting a slightly more light, but it's just adapted and it's come straight out, like I said, an hour or so later, and it's just absolutely loving life there. So I think it'll settle in there, to be honest. And it's very rare that you do see these sort of size clams, especially in shops. I haven't seen one this big anyway. And this one was the same, this Maxima clam. This was only about 1 or 2 centimetres. Maxima clams are always slower growing. Don't know why. Don't know if it's got something to do with the colour of them. I'm not sure. But yeah, they seem to be slower. But that's got to be, I thought it was about 6 inches, but I think it's more than that. I think it's got to be 10. I think it's got to be in the region of 10 inches, that clam, to be honest. But I think it looks really good. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think. And yeah, like I said, just leave your comment and see what you think. See whether you think I've made the right choice, but I think I have. And like I said, in tanks, it's just all trial and error. You just trial things out and see whether they work and stuff like that. And so far it's working. One thing I do want to mention on my last video was the alk consumption. As you know, the alk consumption is pretty high on this tank, but mainly because obviously I'm running the Calquasor. The Calquasor, with that dosing, what it doses and the pH, it's raising the pH, sorry. The pH has gone like through the roof, guys. I mean, we're talking sometimes 8.56, I think the most I've had it is 8.59, I think it was. So nearly 8.6, which is insane. So yeah, basically with the higher pH, especially towards the end of the night time, your consumption of alkalinity is a hell of a lot more than the other two. The other two, basically, I mean, I'm dosing, I think it's 35 mil of the calcium. I think it's like 42 mil, or it's one or the other, 42 mil for the calcium. It's one or the other. But at this moment, I think I'm dosing about 90 mil of the carbonate. So obviously, the liquid form is not going to be good enough. So basically, Phil from Corals Essentials, he said that he'd send me out the powder. Now the powder mixes up 10 litres of this stuff, and it's okay to mix it all up at once and store it in a 10 litre jerry cans, which I've got in the cupboard in the back. So that'll be okay. I'm going to mix it up when that comes. I'm going to mix that up, mix it, and then keep topping that up. And I think I worked out 10 litres will probably last about 3 months. So the powders, obviously you need to dose the trace elements. I think it's bromide, boron, and the trace element C. If I've screwed that up and I made that wrong, I'll put pictures of which 3 you need to dose with the powder, just up here, so you know exactly which ones to dose. But whichever one it is, that's what I need to do. If you see this one blinking, this is the calcium one. Basically, I tested the calcium. The calcium is slightly higher, and that is because obviously the dosing of the Calquasor, as well as this stuff, I think I put a bit too much in at the beginning because I didn't think it was going to be enough, but it is. And to be honest, when I tested my calcium was around 490 for some strange reason, 480. Not too high, but a little bit higher than I want. So I've stopped that. That's why it's blinking like this. But once I've lowered it down to about 440-ish, 430, 440, then we're good to go, and we'll start back up. But yeah, like I said, everything in the tank, guys, apart from that little issue, is doing well. I'm glad that I didn't have to snap all of this off. I managed to snap that corner off, which I think looks pretty decent. These are going to have time to flow, and then hopefully not going to sting too much. And yeah, I think it'll look really, really good. So hopefully, it'll all continue the way it's going. The PC Rainbow there at the back is doing fantastic. The little, which I thought was Strawberry Shortcake, it's not. I can't remember which this is. I'm going to have to reach out to AAC and let him tell me which one it is. This one is settled. It's not lost any colour or anything like that. it's done really, really good. If I can focus on it, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Even at the back side of it, it's still not lost any colour. So yeah, really happy with the way this is. And like I said, this just is an absolute monstrosity of a coral. And then we have the this one just at the back, and there's the eggs laid. And these are all mushrooms that have just been, you know, dispersed. And there's a side view of the tank. Some people say that I don't do enough side views of the tank, but to be honest, it's just absolutely packed, so you can't really see much. And obviously with these lights, it's yeah, really, really, really bright. Oh, one thing I did move was I just moved this Jingle Bell Sophastria just onto this ledge. I'm using this this green Monty as a ledge. Obviously when they grow out, then I'll have to figure out, just like that one. This one had the exactly the same problem with it. But yeah, move that on there, and it'll be okay for the time being. But as you know, it's I just need bigger tank, but at this moment in time I can't do so. Like I said, leave a comment below, guys. Let me know what you think of the new adjustment in the scape. And yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. And if you've not already joined us on our live streams, come over on every Friday night. Check us out on our Instagram. On there you'll be able to find out which channel it's on that specific week. And yeah, until then, guys, I'll see you soon. So take care.